Good afternoon, everyone. It's Sal, Stretford Post. How you're doing? And welcome to a delayed breaking dawn. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. Really appreciate you hanging around and waiting for the show, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. And please don't forget to smash a like on the video. If you guys can do that for me, that'd be brilliant. Thank you so much, guys. Look, let's get straight into it. There obviously is rumors around Manchester United who our next target's going to be. And you know what? Many of the names that have been circulated in the media have been mentioned before, especially on this show, have been mentioned before. And there's what I always believe is that there's no smoke without fire. And I do believe there are certain players that we have mentioned over the last few weeks that we could be getting in the summer. I actually feel that there's a few that Man United may be targeting in the summer, of course. Not least, one of the players that Manchester United are interested in, which may represent a much cheaper option than other players out there, is Roger Fernandes. Roger Fernandes is a Portuguese player who plays for Braga, very, very talented, young. But the problem with Roger Fernandes now is that now the name has been circulated. Other teams want Roger Fernandes as well. So, you know, we're going to have to act very quickly. I don't know if the Portuguese influence in regards to Ruben Amorim will work. I'm not too sure. But, you know, what I would say is that we need to get a deal wrapped up pretty quickly, in my opinion, and not hang around and beat around the bush, if you know what I mean, at the end of the day. And this has been the problem with Man United over the last few years in regards to losing out on certain players. We've already lost out on Quenda. And you can tell that Ruben Amorim was very disappointed in the Quenda deal. You can tell that he was not happy in regards to Quenda. And I mean, a lot of us wasn't. Yes, Chelsea offered an astronomical amount of money for Quenda. Yes, his head was turned. Maybe he was the right guy for us. Maybe he just wasn't the right guy for us. But you know what? What I would say is that we were interested in Quenda, but, you know, it didn't work out. So now Roger Fernandes is available. Man United can pick up Roger Fernandes for about 25 million. And I think that is a bargain. And why not just go for it at the end of the day? Yes, it represents a risk. It represents a risk. Is he better than Dalot? I don't know, guys. I don't know. That remains to be seen. The Premier League is a completely different animal to the Portuguese league, of course. So, you know, we have to be, you know, a little bit, you know what, subjective in regards to judging players. Just because they're a new player doesn't mean they're better than what we have at the moment. I know that Dalot hasn't had a very good season this season. In fact, he's had a bad season, in my opinion. He's been one of our most disappointing players, in my opinion, this season. And I feel like we do need to replace him or get someone else who can fight for that spot with him. Because at the moment, we don't really have any right wing backs, do we, to fight that out with that Dalot at the moment. Mazraoui is obviously not a wing back. He's obviously not a wing back. He is more of a full back or a central defender, in my opinion. He doesn't attack the areas properly, if I'm being honest, guys. Absolutely. Big up, Pearl. What's going on, you legend? Big up, everybody. Hope we get Trincao indeed. Big up, Pearl. Hope so. Let's get this going. Sal, afternoon, brother. Hope you're well. 26 faces like, please, everyone. Can you smash the like and subscribe buttons? We're on our way to 10,000. Thank you, Graham. We're doing this together, guys. We're doing this together. We're going to get the 10,000, guys. Absolutely. We're going to get it. And that is not where we stop. We're going to keep going, guys. We're going to keep pushing. We're going to keep getting growing bigger and bigger as a community. Absolutely, absolutely. Amir, Roger Fernandes is a lightning winger. Amir, big up, Amir. How you been, my friend? Hope you're doing well. He is a lightning winger. And you know what? We got Dorgu. And Dorgu so far, guys, fingers crossed, Dorgu has been a success at Manchester United. Look, we're not going to get overly zealous with Dorgu. I mean, there is a lot of development to be made, but every time Dorgu wears that Manchester United shirt, I feel excited. I feel positive. I feel enthusiastic because I feel like he's a very good player. And if Roger Fernandes becomes that type of player, then fair play. You know what? We are doing the transfers properly because it isn't just about price. It isn't just about name. But what I would stress is this: is that we do need a name in regards to striker. I think we do need someone who is proven to put the ball into the back of the net. Because putting the ball in the back of the net is something that we've been lacking over the last couple of years. You know, minus goal difference last season. We're minus goal difference now. We need to get someone in there, a striker in there who's proven to put the ball in that. For me, it's Osimhen. For me, it's Osimhen. I know we disagree. Some people disagree. For me, it's Osimhen. I wouldn't mind a Katike either, but you know what? There it is. There it is, guys. But Manchester United are interested in Roger Fernandes, but face competition for Roger Fernandes, including from Liverpool. Now, Now, Liverpool are interested in Frimpong. I did say that the moment that Trent Alexander leaves Liverpool, Frimpong is going to be linked, but so is Roger Fernandez, and so is Roger Fernandez linked with other clubs as well. So we got to be very, very mindful of this, and we got to get things done quickly. Of course, Liaison, what's going on, you legend? How you been, my friend? I said we must go for Roger Trincao and both fit in my system. Absolutely, Trincao very interesting. Reminds me of Nani. Yeah, look, at the end of the day, listen, look, what I would say is this, right? Whatever Ruben Amram wants, whatever he needs, whatever he likes, you pay the money, you take your choice. He remembers that song anyway. Whatever Ruben Amram wants, I'm happy with. And if Trincao is that guy to take us forward, if he fits in that number 10 role, perfect. Because it is still, the jury is still out. Does Garnacho, does Ahmad, does Xerxes fit that number 10 role? I think at the moment, I think that Xerxes has showed more in that number 10 role. I think in that number 10 role, where you need that little bit of finesse, you need that touch, don't you, to beat the defender. That I think he is the one player that I think that will elevate Man United in regards to other players in our squad. I think that Ahmad comes across more as a winger. I think that he's a great player. Not a great player, a good player. I'm not going to say great. I will get in trouble last time I said great. But he's a good player, but he can also play wing back as well. So Trincao would be really, really good. Of course, they're in there. Obviously, Roger Fernandez on the right wing back, Dorgo on the left wing back. And then you start seeing the rebuild of the team. Look, I don't mind. Look, at the end of the day, we have a great young team. You know, we're scoring goals left, right, and center in the youth teams. Now, we can... This shows you that we have our own young players. We have our own good young players. So we cannot forget these players as well. We need to bring through some of these players as well. And, you know, mix it in with a few more experienced players as well. That's what we need to do at the end of the day. Big up, Bilal. What's going on, you legend? Big up. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Glory, Man United. Amir, Roger Fernandez is so talented. He will be a perfect signing for Manchester United. Fingers crossed, Amir, we get the right signings that fit our team and fit our squad. That'd be absolutely fantastic, wouldn't it? Absolutely. Kenny, big up South. Finally, the real football is back. Absolutely, Kenny. The real football is back. The international. My goodness me. I've never been so bored, guys. I was watching the England game. Listen, I want England to win. I support England because I'm English, right? But I was watching the England games, and at the end of the day, I'm like, you know what? This is so boring. I cannot take this. I wanted to fall asleep on stream, guys. Goodness me. At the end of the day, probably go viral if I did that. Big up. Trincao would be great signing for Man United. I think he would be as well. Big up, of course. Reading between the lines, you prefer Frimpong over Roger Fernandez. Almac, what I would say is that Frimpong is a very, very good player, Almac, and would fit our system absolutely perfectly. But the money side of things, isn't it? And the competition, you know, that are we going to get Frimpong? Frimpong wants to play in the Champions League. I mean, we're not in the Champions League at the moment, and I would say there's a 40% chance Man United are in the Champions League next season, which means beating Lyon, probably beating Athletic Bilbao, and winning the final. You know, which is going to be difficult. But if Roger Fernandez is that guy, if he is that guy, right? If he can come into the Premier League, why not? It doesn't matter about name for me. It matters about if they fit Ruben Amram's system. And if Ruben Amram thinks he's good enough, I'm happy. I'm for it at the end of the day. But none of us truly know really how good Roger Fernandez can be at Man United. It's all up in the air. But what I do like is that I like transfers that where we don't spend a lot of money. They're not well known. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, look, Frimpong won't cost an astronomical amount of money. Correct me. 40 million euros, around that much, is how much Frimpong will cost, right? Which isn't too much in the grand scheme of things, given that he is an experienced, young as well, a young, experienced wing-back who would fit Ruben Amram's system absolutely perfectly. But, you know, if we don't get him, if Liverpool get him, it's disappointing because that's just going to improve Liverpool, isn't it? If we get Roger Fernandez, you never know what's going to happen. He might turn out to be a superstar. Do you know what I mean? He might even be better than Frimpong, you know, when he comes. But who knows? Do you know what I mean? We'll have to wait and see. Big up, Michael. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Bilal, Trincao feels like another Bruno-type signing from Sporting again. Is Portuguese for some reason. He gives me Bruno vibes. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, but Bilal, the comparison is always going to be there with the Portuguese, isn't it? Especially with Ruben Amorim around as well. There is going to be a Portuguese influence, and I do have a feeling that Ruben Amorim does want to work with more Portuguese players in the squad. I feel that. I mean, I might be wrong, but I did say it before we came that, you know what, we want what's best for the football club, not pro Portugal. You know what I mean? But Trincao is a very good player. He's a player that will fit our Ruben Amorim system. And if it fits Ruben Amorim's system, if it works, you know, perfecto at the end of the day. But I still think Man United need a goal scorer. I still think Man United need someone who could put the ball in the back of the net. That's what I think we need, because at the moment, I don't think we've had anyone for a long time who can put the ball in the back of the net, guys, in my opinion. Big up, Pearl. Big up, of course. No, watched much more of Fernandes. No, not watched. I mean, what I would say what I've seen briefly of Roger Fernandes is that he's very quick, can assist, can play wing back, can play winger, can also play on the left. Very versatile, very quick, very, very attack-minded fullback. And I like this player, to be honest with you. But obviously, with Man United and with Braga, it's going to be a little bit different, isn't it, at the end of the day? Yeah, so bored of this period. Bring back the normal football. Yeah, it's very boring period. It's been very crazy this last couple of weeks, where we've just been talking about other things. Of course, England internationals. I mean, England are going to qualify for that group. It's not even point playing those games, because those games are just too easy for England. And they were so boring that we were snoozing through the games. But Nottingham Forest, guys, on Tuesday. I will be doing the match preview tomorrow. I won't be doing it today. I'll be doing it tomorrow, guys. But what I would say about Nottingham Forest is that it's going to represent a very, very difficult game for Manchester United. And what a way to come back into football, real football, than a game against Nottingham Forest. I mean, Nottingham Forest have had a phenomenal season, haven't they? I mean, I wish I was in Nottingham Forest position. I wish we were in Nottingham Forest position at the moment. I never thought I would say that, but yeah, I wish we were in Nottingham Forest position at the moment. But you know what? In my opinion, I feel like Man United have a chance. I felt Man United can win that game. I got a feeling Man United might. I just got this feeling that Man United might go there and win it. I mean, the games we're expected to struggle in, it just seems like we just seem to up it a gear. Like we seem to like go toe to toe with the likes of Arsenal with 10 men, and Liverpool at Anfield, and beat Man City, of course, at the Etihad. We seem to go toe to toe with these teams, but it seems like when we play the lesser teams, that is when we struggle. And we're away from home. So we've got nothing to lose. So I do believe Man United are going to win. There's a little teaser for my match preview, but I do think Man United are going to win that game. And I feel like it's going to be like, wow, Man United beating on the Forest and stuff like that. But I'm not going to get too carried away with it, of course. Absolutely not. Matata, you and your fake accounts, mate. You and your fake accounts. How many of these have you got, mate? I don't know how many you've got, man. Absolutely don't know. Sal, it could have been us playing Palace today. It's devastating. Maybe if we had Bayindir in goal, Matata, maybe we might be playing of Crystal Palace today, yes. And it is devastating, I agree. It would have been great to be playing Crystal Palace today. Of course, we would have been like to still be in the FA Cup. Of course, we would have been. Unfortunately, this is the way it is. We shouldn't have lost to Fulham. We should not have lost to Fulham. It was a terrible result. And a game there where we didn't play well and we lost on penalties. But you know what? This is testament to where we are in regards to injuries, in regards to the squad, etc. We're not quite where we want to be at the moment. And you know what? We won the FA Cup before. I mean, as long as Man United win this Europa League, that is the most important thing, of course. We don't buy stars, we buy future stars. Apparently, look, listen, if we're buying future stars for Manchester United and we're not buying future stars for future profit, then I'm happy with that. But we do have to look at things subjectively, and we have to look at why are we doing that. Now, we might buy Tyler Dibbling, right? But Tyler Dibbling would cost just as much as Gutierrez. Why are we not going to buy Gutierrez then? The reason we're not going to buy Gutierrez is because Gutierrez will demand the fee up front. If we buy a Tyler Dibbling, we'll be paying the fee in installments, but it might even come to more than Gutierrez in the end. You know, and this is the problem, because we want to keep pushing. We want to keep kicking the ball down the road. We don't want to get the transfers now and get them done and dusted. It's a bit like a buy-on like clause in a contract. Do you know what I mean? You know, at the end of the day, and this is what's going on. And I feel like Man United don't want to splash money out right now, but we might get players in installments. We might get, because when you have a release clause as well, you have to pay that money up front. You know what I mean? Amak, have you heard Hayden Hackney could be bargain midfielder from the chat? I've heard of him. I've spoken about him, Amak. Amak, you were here when I spoke about Hayden Hackney a few times, of course. Bargain, I don't know about bargain, but definitely will cost a lot less. But it's a championship. There still requests a lot of money for Hayden Hackney, of course. I mean, I mentioned it before. You're the likes of Alice Talks Football and all that. Copied and stuff and started saying about Hayden Hackney, but I spoke about him a long time ago, guys. If you scroll back, I can get the clips and stuff like that. Absolutely. Matata, Sal, would you bother you if Amaran goes for more Portuguese players to suit his system? No, as long as they're the right player. Roger Fernandez really hope United sign this lad. I think he'd be suit Amaran's system perfectly in the right wing back role. Shouldn't cost that much either. No, I mean his face value, Amir, is 50 million euros. It probably go up to 25. It probably costs as much as Dorgu, which is cheap, And when we're looking at Dorgu at the moment, it does look cheap. You know what I mean? Because the way he's playing, the way he's fitting into the squad perfectly, of course. So. What I would say is that, he's an exciting player, Amir. I can't deny that. What it does represent, though, it is a punt. It is a punt. And are we punting? Are we taking our chances on players rather than just getting the ready-made one? I don't mind that as long as it works. Because this can work both ways. You can either get a player who's unknown who doesn't do well and it fails, or you can get a player who's known and it could fail as well. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. So what I would say is that fair play, if they rate Roger Fernandez, if Ruben Amaran rates him, I rate him at the moment. What I've seen of him, then go and get him at the end. Absolutely. Michael, next Sunday might miss half of Manchester. Sunday might miss half. Big up, Michael. Big up, Michael. In Amaran, we trust. In Amaran, we trust. Absolutely. Absolutely. In Amaran, we trust. Big up, Sal, in the chat boxes. Big up, Stephanie. Big up, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Absolutely. Big up, Stephanie. Hope you're good. Good to see you. Sal, with you there. Basically, Sal, with you there. With teams, it would be nice to win it. Then City at home ahead of Lyon games. Yeah, we need to build a little bit of momentum going on here. We need to build a little bit of momentum, and we need to make sure that this momentum, feeds into the Lyon game, which is the most important game at the moment for us, is to get through against Lyon, and we go win this Europa League regardless. And I mean, there's so much pressure on this Europa League campaign right now that. Anything that helps the campaign to become a success, then great. You know what I mean? If we do win the Europa League, I think it'd be a phenomenal achievement. I really do, considering the way that the season has gone. Luckily, we've got a lot of players back now. I mean, if there's any blessing in regards to the international break, it's the fact that we managed to get some players back, of course. If we manage to get some players back, that's absolutely fantastic, of course, guys. Absolutely. I watched Frimpong and he looks like everything we wish Anthony would be. He would also add cutting edge in our attack. I agree, Almac. Frimpong is a generational when it comes to right wing back. If there's a right wing back, if you could pick any right wing back in Europe, in the world right now, who would you pick? Frimpong, isn't it? And I feel like, we're going to miss out on him. If we do miss out on him, we lose, because he is a phenomenal player. I mean, he was probably one of Leverkusen's best players when Leverkusen won the league and stopped the monopoly of course, Bayern Munich winning the league, of course. Absolutely. Big up, Jarvis. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Breezen, we are not in the FA Cup. Isn't goalkeeper. It was a misfire forwards. Well, I mean, it is partly the goalkeeper because he couldn't save a penalty, even though he should have saved a couple. And wasn't it the goal one his fault as well? Let it in. Very easy goal to let in as well. Of course, absolutely. Sal, Stretford Post is my virtual home and I will be part of it till eternity. Mate, you know what? I can block words, Matata. You know what I mean? I can block words and I can block you forever. But you know what? Just behave yourself, mate. If you behave yourself, you know what? We're in for a decent ride. But if you don't behave yourself, mate, you'll be out the door. Absolutely. And close it behind. Absolutely, mate. We need Amir. We need a big win to continue with the good momentum we've built before the international break. Glory, glory, Man United forever. Absolutely. Big up, Amir. Love the comments today, Amir. Big up yourself. Of course, 125 on 39 nights. Can we get to 50 by the end of that? Thank you, Graham. Can we get to 50 by the end of the show, guys? Can we do that? Absolutely. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Guys, thank you very, very much. Thank you. This is the real test now. It's the home straight, isn't it, Amir? This is where we go for it. This is where Man United have to fight for it. This is the Europa League, guys. I mean, I'm thinking about the Lyon game right now. And you know when you overthink things and you start thinking about, Lyon, I've got that player. He could do that player. What about Jerky? He's good as well, blah, blah, blah. And you start overthinking things and you start thinking, you know what? I'm ready for this game. I just want this game to come along. It'd be great if Man United go away from home and beat Nottingham Forest. It'd be great if Man United defeat Man City at home. That will bring us confidence. And I think that's what we need to do, of course. I don't want that Victor or Diblin. No way, Sal. He's not worth 100 million, leaving League Gunner. So, I mean, what I would say, Beef Bully, I would say this, and I think someone made a very, very good point about this. Is it Ineos, right? Hear me out. Is it Ineos who are spreading this £100 million fee for Dibbling? So what they do, they end up signing Dibbling for 60 million, pay him in installments, and then act like it was a bargain. At the end of the day, I'm looking at all different scenarios now. I'm looking at these scenarios. I'm like, maybe that's true. Maybe that could be true. Maybe it might be at the end of the day. Matada Jarvis making save. He's in Thailand, isn't it? That's why I wouldn't go to Thailand. If Man United can win, probably will end up in 10th. That would be good. It's 4 million per position, Amir. 4 million per position. Absolutely. 4 million per position. Big up Jarvis. Big up everyone, of course. That will be the real test. Hopefully, we'll get a few players back from injury. Absolutely, Amir. Let's hope so. We got a lot of players back from injury at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And I'm happy. I'm happy because I feel like, it's come at the right time, hasn't it? We can get that momentum going on and stuff like that at the end of the day. Absolutely. Stephanie, Rasmus could do with a run of goals. Forest, City, Lyon. I mean, he has scored 2 and 2, hasn't he, Stephanie? If I'm not wrong, 2 and 3. Yeah, it'd be great if he can go on a winning run, a goal-scoring run. Stephanie, absolutely true. I mean, I got a feeling. I've just got this feeling that he's going to do something this season, and we're going to need Rasmus. I think we're going to need Rasmus. I really do, and I feel like, you know what? We need to trust this guy. Look, we have to. We got no choice. This is why I don't get the abuse of players right now, because right now we have nowhere to turn. We have nowhere to turn. We have to support these players. We can't get any new players in right now, so we might as well just support those players at the end of it. You know what I mean? It's mad. Yo, what's going on, SLD? Big up yourself. Big up, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, of course. Michael, I might miss 30 minutes of the Manchester derby as I'm coming on for Blackpool next Sunday. No problem. Enjoy Blackpool, Michael. Enjoy yourself, my friend. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy it, of course. Ruben Amram, he'll bring the glory days again. I agree, Amir. Love the comments today. The positivity is great, of course, guys. I love the comments. I agree. He's the right guy to take us forward. I absolutely do. Absolutely. Absolutely. He really brought a ton. I mean, look, guys, Amir, you know what? Those who refuse to see development and refuse to see things in regards to games, like in regards to moments in games, tactical analyses and stuff like that, are people just have agendas. And, only those people who truly have ball knowledge, right, can see what is going on, can see that Ruben Amram is a good manager. They can tell. You can just tell. We've seen great managers all over the last 20, 30 years. So you can just tell that, what Ruben Amram is that guy. Do you know what I mean? And this is the same with me, and this is the same with... And look, Erik ten Hag was a good manager, but Erik ten Hag fell on his sword, at the end of the day. And you know what? I just feel like Ruben Amram is that generational manager, and I feel like he's going to be the next guy to take Man United to promised land. I hope so, because it would be nothing more pleasurable than for Man United to be successful. As I'm on this stream and I'm talking to you guys and we're successful, that would be the most beautiful thing, of course, guys. Absolutely. Sal, would you be happy with a point? I'm never happy with a point, Matata, but it's not the end of the world, I would say. I'm never happy, but we're not getting relegated. We're not qualified for the Champions League. What I want Man United to do, though, Matata, is I want Man United to move up the league. That's what I want, because it's 4 million per position. So it's very important that Man United move up that league. Exactly. Stephanie, suspicious, Sal. Absolutely. Suspicious. Absolutely. There's a lot of suspicious people here. Tinfoil theory. What's the tinfoil theory, Alex? What's the tinfoil theory? Tinfoil hat and all that. Amram is the right man for the job. Our game management against top 6 teams has gone up since he came. Back him up and he'll win trophies. Absolutely, absolutely. The only tinfoil pot theory is that is Sir Jim is a Man United fan. That's the only tin pot theory out there from tin pot people. Absolutely. Absolutely. Big up, Amir. Sal, if Ahmed is fit early May, would you consider giving him some minutes, or would you rather play it safe and wait until next season? What I'll do, Jarvis, I will probably put him on the bench. I would, because you know what? We got some big games coming up, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll still be in the Europa League. Hopefully, we'll still be in the Europa League, and we may need him. Imagine this scenario, right? It's Man United 0, Eintracht Frankfurt 0, Europa League final. You know what? Someone gets injured. Let's say Garnacho. Garnacho comes off injured. On comes Ahmad. Wouldn't that be brilliant? Wouldn't that give us like a little bit of extra confidence and stuff? He's going to be useful this season. I really think so. I mean, I don't think we should start him like that. I think we should bring him in bits and bobs and things like that. But you know what? I imagine that scenario there. You know what I mean? And bringing on Ahmad, with a lot of pace. It's extra time. 0-0 versus Eintracht Frankfurt. And we bring on Ahmad. You know what I mean? It'd be brilliant. Kenny, we'll beat Forest. We need to get rid of the international break curse, in my opinion. Yeah, we've been bad on that recently. We have been bad on that at the end of the day. We have been very bad on that. We need to start winning. Of course, Sal, can you see any improvements in the arrogance level of Amram from the day he came in today? Arrogant. He's not arrogant, mate. He's not arrogant. Sal, isn't Ahmed as important to us in the Europa League like Saka is important to us in the Champions League? Not quite, no. Arsenal's whole style depends on Saka. Ours don't depend on Ahmed. How many players are back now? I think Maguire is back. Mason Mount is back. Mainu is back. Who else is back? Did they say is back? Luke Shaw is on the training pitch. Luke Shaw could be back as well. So that's important as well. So there you go. There's a few there at the end of the day. Yeah, Arna needs to get some minutes once he's back. Yeah, he probably gets some in the Premier League, most likely. Definitely probably get some minutes in the Premier League, which is good. And you know what? I just got this feeling about it, Kenny. I've got this feeling about Ahmad in Europa League. I think he could be really important for us in the Europa League. If we get to Europa League final, please, wouldn't that be brilliant? We get to the Europa League final. If we get to the Europa League final, I'm pretty sure we're going to win. Because we would have had to done it the hard way. We got through. That would have meant we got through Lyon, who are no mugs. We got through Athletic Bilbao, and Athletic Bilbao. This is going to Athletic Bilbao would be fighting for this Europa League. The final is in Bilbao at the end of the day. The final's in Bilbao. They will be crying out for this Europa League. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, and for Man United to get through first, look, I genuinely hope that Lazio beat Athletic Bilbao. I do, because I think they're playing Lazio. Correct me if I'm wrong. If Lazio defeat Athletic Bilbao, I think we have a good record against Italian teams, to be honest with you. And I think Man United can push and go on, if you ask me. Absolutely, guys, definitely. But you know what? We'll have to wait and see what happens. And, just fingers crossed that we get through against Lyon. Lyon's no mugs, but I think Man United will get through over 2 legs. Athletic Bilbao is the one I look at, and I think that's a difficult game. What's the likely price for Trincao? Some are saying 30 million, but Barcelona think it will be up to 70 million with him getting the sell-on fee. It could be our match, and you're absolutely right, because Barcelona do have a deal with Sporting Lisbon in regards to Trincao. Of course, people know Trincao play for Barcelona as well. So there is a buy on a sell-on clause in that contract. So obviously, Sporting are going to want their money. Barcelona are going to want their money as well. So yeah, it could come up to about 60 million. And this is the thing. I personally believe about 55 million with add-ons, mate. I think it'd be 55 million with add-ons, something a bit like the Xerxes deal, be something along those lines. And what I feel is that it's still a lot of money, you know what I mean? But if Ruben Amorim feels that this player will prove Man United, go for it, mate. Go for it. We're going to be selling Anthony. We're going to be selling Marcus Rashford. You know, Ericsson, Evans, and of course, who else is it? Ericsson and Evans will be leaving, and Lindelof will be leaving the football club on a free. Casemiro might leave the football club as well. So we'll be saving some money. Maybe we can get a couple of decent names in there. What do you reckon we'll see from Harry Amas for the rest of the season? Is he part of the rotation now? I hope so, Jarvis. Everyone knows me. They know I'm a big fan of Harry Amas. I do think, however, I do feel that he's going, depending how it goes for the rest of the season, I think that he could go on loan next season because we got Diego Leon, which he looks more developed physically. If you ask me, I might be wrong, but he looks more developed physically. And I feel like we also got obviously Dorgu and we got Luke Shaw coming back. Timer last year probably be gone as well. So it's going to be difficult for Harry Amas to get into this team. And I tried to think how will Harry Amas get into the team. So the best thing is that if Harry Amas gets some minutes this season, if he can get some minutes under his belt this season, I think that would be really good for him and his development. I would love to see him against Nottingham Forest. I really would. But obviously Dorgu is back now. He will be probably on the bench though, maybe, hopefully. Do you have a preference in between Trincao and Cherki? Can I be honest, Almac? I'll be honest with you, mate. If it was me, I'd go for Cherki, right? But because it is a Ruben Amorim signing and Ruben Amorim will want Trincao, because it's that, I would say Trincao, because obviously he's most likely to work in a Ruben Amorim system. A little bit older, a little bit more experienced as well. I mean, Cherki might turn out to be an absolute generational, you know what I mean? He's looking good at the moment, isn't he? But goodness me, wouldn't it be great if we got both of them, Almac? Wouldn't it be great if we had the money and, you know what I mean, we can get both. Qatar came through and we can get both of them at the end of the day. Absolutely mad. Sal, you know that no foreign team has won Spanish in any final since 2001? Sal, do you know that no foreign team has won Spanish in any final since 2001? In final, 2001 final. Wasn't that Valencia against Real Madrid? That was 2000. Yeah. I don't think it is the best thing to play Spanish teams in finals. I absolutely agree. Be fully. Man United in particular don't have a good record against Spanish teams, but you know what? We may not have to play a Spanish team in the final. We can't play a Spanish team in the final, Beef Bully. We either play, the thing is in the final, we can either play Frankfurt, Tottenham, I'm not too sure who else it is, but that is basically who we can play. Let me look at the fixtures for the Europa League. We can play Frankfurt. We can play Tottenham. Europa League fixtures. Okay. So we can either play, guys. All right, here we go. Rangers are playing Athletic Club. So Athletic Club are going through. Rangers are not winning that. We can either play Rangers, Athletic Club, Bodo Glimt, or Lazio. Tottenham or Eintracht Frankfurt. So out of Bodo Glimt, Lazio, Rangers, Athletic Bilbao, Tottenham or Eintracht Frankfurt, we can only play Bodo Glimt, Lazio, Tottenham, Eintracht Frankfurt in the final. I personally believe, so Rangers or Athletic Bilbao will be in the semi-final. Of course, we would love to play Glasgow Rangers. We played Glasgow Rangers this season and won. Of course, it is a British derby, so it is a little bit tricky, but I'd much rather Rangers than Athletic Bilbao, but I don't think Rangers are going to defeat Athletic Bilbao over two legs. So we'll either play Rangers, Athletic Bilbao in the semi, but in the final, we could play Tottenham, Eintracht Frankfurt, Bodo Glimt, or Lazio. I think we're going to play Eintracht Frankfurt. I just got this feeling we're going to play Eintracht Frankfurt, which isn't an easy game, to be honest with you. Absolutely. If it Mason Mount is dangerous, look, any player right now, Amir, I would say is good for Man United because we need to get players back. We need to get players back. Any player is good for Man United at the moment. It's a great time to get these players back. Perfect timing, in my opinion. Trincao is outstanding. Big up, Amir, my friend. I'm looking forward to Turkey. Hopefully, he impresses our management without knocking us out. Oh, Alex, mate, you know what I mean? How do you balance it out, mate? He gets a hat trick and we score 4. 4-3 to Man United in Lyon. 4-3 to Man United in Lyon. How about that? You know what I mean? And, Turkey has a great performance, but Man United were better on the night. That would be good, wouldn't it, at the end of the day? We'd be ranting and raving about him. You know what I mean? I mean, Man United should try and get that deal done, to be honest with you. Absolutely. And look, how much is he going to cost? I mean, at the moment, his face value is 35 million euros. So Man United tax is going to be 50, isn't it? 50, 60 again, 60, 70. I mean, with add-ons and stuff like that. And it depends who's going to be after him as well. There's going to be a number of teams after Turkey as well. Absolutely. So we're going to have to act quickly with some of these signings. We definitely do have to act quickly, 100%. We do. Absolutely, guys. But look, you know what? What I would say is that this summer is going to be extremely interesting. And I will be doing going out to Italy, of course, guys, again. And obviously, hopefully I will have some huge guests on my show as well. Guys, don't forget on Monday, I've got the legend that is Ben Jacobs again on the show. So anyone want to ask any questions? Anyone have any questions for Ben? Absolutely fantastic. One of my favorite journalists is Ben, of course. He's doing collaborations with Fabrizio Romano at the moment. You've seen him on Give Me Sport. You've seen Fabrizio Romano. So Ben Jacobs is back on Stretford Post on Monday. So that is good news. We also have Jamie Jackson back next week as well, which is really, really exciting as well. So, you know what? I'm going to have a lot of these guests. And come the summer, I'm going to have even more guests, hopefully. I will have even more guests from you. I'll be bringing you live. I'll be coming live from Italy, guys. Absolutely. I'll be live from Italy. Again, those who were with me last summer, of course, you remember, I was there in Italy doing my thing and stuff like that. So hopefully it is another news-riddled in regards to Manchester United summer, of course, hopefully. Alex, we signed a CR7 after playing Sporting. It could happen. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we were very lucky with CR7 that time. I mean, you know, the butterfly effect and all that when we played Sporting Lisbon in a friendly against Man United. And he absolutely terrorized us, didn't he? And we ended up signing, I think it was Gary Neville who went to Alex Ferguson and said, we need to sign him now. And Man United were meant to sign him. And then he was going to go back on loan for Sporting Lisbon. He's going to go back on loan to Sporting Lisbon. But we pushed the deal forward. It was so good. We paid extra to push the deal forward. Bruno, our best midfielder in the world. Bruno's one of them. Big up Bruno, by the way, Amir. Big up Bruno. I hope you're doing well, Amir. How about Casemiro? I think Casemiro, I like Casemiro, Amir. I'll be honest with you. I'm a big fan of Casemiro, but I do think that, you know what, the time is up in regards to Casemiro. I think, like, you know what, he's 300 grand a week, even more than that. I think that Man United need to cut his wage from the wage bill because, you know, he's getting paid too much right now, in my opinion. And I think that we have to cut his wage off the wage bill. And hopefully we can get a buyer. The biggest issue we have in regards to Sancho, in regards to Casemiro and all these players, Luke Shaw, is wages. No one wants to pay their wages. Grayo Sal, thanks for another great show today. Hope you have a great night. Are you doing anything special, please? Anyone special? Thank you so much, Grayo. Thank you, man. Absolutely. Not doing anything special tonight. I've got a couple of things to do. It might not be a chat box tonight, but I will be back tomorrow for the match preview. And that, of course, let me just answer this phone. Hello? Okay, I'm coming down, boss. I'm coming down. Okay. Thank you. Hey, do you want me to go? Sorry, guys, I had a delivery, and my lovely wife is going to get the delivery. So, you know what? There you go. And that is what it's like, having a beautiful wife that looks after you. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Amir, still brilliant pivot of Casemiro and Ugarte pivot. Yeah, I think we need to move on, though, and look to the future, Amir, if I'm being honest with you. Maybe one more season, but if I'm being honest with you, I think we need to look to the future, of course. Harry Maguire definitely can get some minutes. Hopefully, if something happens in Dorgu. Hopefully, Kenny, I really do hope that Amas gets some minutes this season. I really do. I like the player. I think he's got what it takes. I really do. People say I'm part of the Harry Amas fan club. That's not true. Don't believe it. Fake news, fake news, fake news. Fake news, fake news, fake news. Absolutely. I am not part of a fan club which involves Harry Amas, but I like Harry Amas a lot. I think Harry Mass is a very, very good player. Very good player. And a player that is for the future, of course, guys. Now, guys, I want to thank everyone for supporting the channel. I am nearly up to 10,000 subscribers. I've only been doing live content since June. Before that, I was just doing recorded content. And as we grow together, you know what, it's going to be, we're going to keep progressing, getting more guests on. Really excited to have Ben Jacobs back on the show on Monday. Hopefully, everything will be well. And Jamie Jackson this week as well. Again, you know, becoming friends of the show. Do you know what I mean? And it is really, really good to see. And the unity is the most important thing at the end of the day, guys. Absolutely. Casimir, one of the best here before joining. Absolutely, Amir. Generational. Very, very good, my friend. Very good. Morning, Sal. Amir, are you okay? Big up, Shalom. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well, brother. Hope you're good. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you, guys. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, so, guys, please don't forget to smash a like on the video whilst you're in and or out, guys, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new. I won't be here for Chatterbox tonight. I will be back tomorrow for Breaking Dawn, guys. Obviously, I've been rushing around today. It's had a mad team today. It's been incredibly busy for me. Absolutely. But I am back here tomorrow morning, of course, guys, for Breaking Dawn. A normal time, this one, hopefully. Amir. Pat Jogger is the perfect wing back for Amram. He's done fantastically well. Amir, you are very, very positive this morning, my friend. What's going on with you, Amir? Very positive. Like it. It's good. It's a good thing. Positivity resonates, doesn't it? And that's what it's at. It's all about positivity, of course, guys. Absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, thank you for joining me today. I will be. I know it's a little bit earlier finishing, but I will be back tomorrow morning, guys. Don't forget to spread the Stretford Post word. Just remember that, okay, guys? And don't forget to join me tomorrow for Breaking Dawn. And I have the match preview as well tomorrow for you guys coming up. I have got the watch along on Tuesday, but I've also got the great guest with Ben Jacobs on Monday. So don't forget to keep it Stretford Post and keep believing. Big up Darkroad, my friend. Big up and keep believing in the channel. We're growing day by day, guys. Have a fabulous day. Have a fabulous night, evening, wherever you are in the world. And enjoy your Saturday. Surprise, surprise. Remember Cilla Black on the Saturday. Guys, have a good one. I'm Sal Warner. This is Breaking Dawn. A late Breaking Dawn. Almost said Chatterbox there. Have a great day. I'll see you soon. Peace.